I finally have the brand new Wednesday collector doll in my possession. Let's open her up. There's a fly in here, you guys. There's a fly in here. Call 911. Oh my god, I need to murder it. Anyway, okay. Hi, you guys. It's me, Chris, and welcome back to the Doll Studio. I am so happy that we finally have our intro back. You guys have no idea how annoying it was to have lost everything literally in my computer. For those of you guys who do not know, a couple of weeks ago, my computer just decided to like completely die on me, and it literally like did not start back up. It just literally shut down and like boop, it was done. It was really sad. It was really unfortunate. I lost a lot of amazing stuff on that computer, and I am in the process of retrieving a lot of that data. However, I did have to basically call up my amazing, wonderful graphic designer, which is Andrea A.G. Jitters, and she sent me all of the files because she is the one that does all of my intros, outros, all the transitions, all of the amazing work that you guys see is all her, and she is the one that did design my logo. So huge shout out to Miss Andrea A.G. Jitters because I love her with my entire heart, and the Doll Studio by Chris would not be able to run the way that it does without Miss Andrea A.G. Jitters. So huge shout out to her. Hope you guys like the intro. Anyway, moving on. I have here in my possession the brand new Wednesday Collector American Girl doll. Now, I did order her online just because I wasn't like near an American Girl store when she released. So I did have to basically panic buy her from my phone. So now she is here. She did take a couple of days. FedEx was really annoying, and they basically were telling me she was going to deliver on one day, and she ended up delivering like 2 days later. It was really frustrating. But now she's here. I have her in my possession. She comes in this shipped box. She is $295 at American Girl. She is final sale, and she is limited edition. This is the doll that I was hinting at for the longest time, and now finally being able to say that I have her in my possession is really just such a great experience, because you guys have been guessing this doll for the longest time, ever since the rumors started and were swirling. You guys have been asking me when this doll was going to release, and honestly, from the layout that I did, the little grid that I did on my Instagram, she was actually going to release between the Crocs collaboration and the Peaches and Cream collaboration. From my understanding, Peaches and Cream was actually going to be last, right before the holiday doll is released, and also before Girl of the Year time. So that's what I thought was happening, and Wednesday was going to be before all of that. However, I'm assuming that because of the tariffs, a lot of that stuff basically got changed around. So now we have Wednesday, and she did release a lot later than I thought she was gonna. Either way, I had Miss Wednesday here, and I am so excited. So let's get opening her up. But before we get started, definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot. And I know a lot of you guys do watch my content, but are not subscribed. I don't know. I do take that personally. So definitely make sure you guys take the 2.3 milliseconds to subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Like this video and hit the bell in the corner to be notified about every single time that I post. All right, let's get started. So I'm actually going to open her this way just because I want to not have you guys see my address. Now, I have not looked at this doll whatsoever. I've not peeked at her at all. I don't know what she looks like. You guys are seeing my reaction to this doll in real time because I feel like the Josefina mold is such a gamble these days, and I want you guys to see my honest reaction to these dolls. She comes with tissue paper like the other collector dolls. Okay. And then she's got this up here, like the cardboard up here. And she's got the cardboard at the bottom. I'm like afraid to look at her because the Josefina mold is a mold that really like upsets me these days. Just because of how, you know, unproportionate the eyes are. Now, I'm a little afraid, to be honest, to look at her in the eyes just because of the fact that with these Josefina mold dolls, they always have defected eyes, and it always bothers me. So I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off and look into her eyes and see if they are good enough for me to open this doll up completely. Oh. No, she's like not bad. She's actually pretty cute. No, she's fair. Okay, so this doll's actually pretty fair. I was really worried when I saw her that she was going to have like kind of like iguana eye thing going on. I will say this, I know a lot of people do get upset with me whenever I say that the eyes are, off center, they're not symmetrical, all of that, or that I'm creating some sort of like toxic collector mentality by basically telling you guys to return dolls or like, look into the eyes and make sure that they're symmetrical. I will never apologize for telling you guys to always make sure that your dolls are symmetrical in the eyes, symmetrical in the faces, all of that stuff. I know that a lot of people have labeled me as very like nitpicky and very like fussy when it comes to my American Girl dolls, and whenever I see those comments, it always comes with a very privileged like tone to it, just because for me, I always will advocate that you guys get what you pay for. And if you're not happy with your American Girl doll, if you're not happy with the symmetry in their faces, I think that you are completely valid in wanting an American Girl doll. That is perfect. I feel like whenever those comments come around that, I personally, the Doll Studio by Chris, am creating a very toxic doll community ideology by telling you guys to return dolls or exchange dolls if their eyes aren't symmetrical, or telling you guys to really take your time when looking at these dolls, and basically asking American Girl to give us like non-defected faces. I feel like those comments always come very privileged, because for me, I know how hard people work for American Girl dolls. This doll is $295. That's a lot of money for a doll. And so I feel like it is completely a valid thing to be nitpicky when it comes to these things, just because a lot of people, myself included, work very, 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 very hard to have the collections that we do. Even just to own an American Girl doll is a luxury. So I do want to say this, that if you ever see comments of people saying that I personally am too nitpicky, or it is a little ridiculous of people to be nitpicky of their American Girl dolls, just know that you are valid. Do not ever let those comments get to you. And I do not ever let those comments get to me, but I know that for a lot of people, it does upset them whenever they see those comments, just because they feel like it's like wrong to be nitpicky about their American Girl dolls. But I do know how hard people work for these dolls, so I will always tell you to make sure that you are happy beyond belief with your American Girl dolls, and that there is nothing, truly nothing wrong with asking for a replacement or returning or exchanging an American Girl doll, especially these collector dolls, okay? Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Anyway, now I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I have not watched this show at all. I'm more so a big fan of the original like Addams Family movies, the ones with Christina Ricci, the ones with Angelica Houston. Those are so fierce, so iconic, and I love those movies. So that's why I had no problem with buying this version of Wednesday, just because I obviously do love the character overall. And one day I inevitably will end up watching this show at some point, just because I do love Miss Jenna Ortega. I will inevitably end up watching this show at one point, just because I do love Jenna Ortega, and I think that she's a phenomenal actress. I love a lot of the movies that she's in. I personally love her in X, which is a rated R movie, so don't go out and search for it unless you are over the age of 18. But that's my favorite film that she's ever been in, and I love Mia Goth in that one also. So that's just that. But yeah, I just wanted to be very frank about that, because if there are, reasons that she has certain things, I want you guys to have full transparency from me that I have not watched this show. So feel free to educate me in the comments if you would like to. But let us take a look at her box. This is what the front of the box looks like. There she is. This is what the side of her box looks like. On the back, it says Wednesday. There is a photo of her. She comes in this big collector box, and it is purple and black. American Girl. On the front, it does say Wednesday right there. American Girl right there. Collector series, all of that fun stuff. To be honest, I am disappointed that they didn't do a Kaya mold. I feel like the Kaya mold would have been so much better, because she kind of has that deadpan look, and American Girl has started to use the Kaya mold for other things. So I definitely would say that I would have preferred that a lot more, but I understand why they chose the Josefina mold. She's a mold that gets used a lot, so they were kind of like, why would we take a gamble on that? But she's very, very cute. Let us take the cover off, so that way we can take a closer look at Miss Girly. Come on, get out of here. Okay. So like I said before, this doll is $295. Wow, she is really stunning. I'm just gonna take this part from the bottom and see what number she is. She is number 574 out of 6,000. That is a really low number. In my personal opinion, I don't know how low they get. I mean, obviously they go to 1, but like, I feel like the number 1 doesn't actually ever get given to anyone, and like number 1 is the prototype. I could be wrong in that, but that is what her certificate looks like. So cute. I should start like really like collecting these and like framing them and stuff like that next to the dolls. But yeah, on the back, there is a whole thing about American Girl, how they are a, you know, great company, all of that. And then this is basically just the certificate of authenticity to basically say that Miss Wednesday here is the real deal. So that is behind her box. Hopefully you guys can hear me a lot better. I just moved my mic a little bit closer so that way you guys can hear me better. But yeah, that is at the back of her box. I'm just gonna let her box sit over there. Now here she is. She is a Josefina mold with a plum lip, and she has some freckles, brown eyes, black hair in 2 long, beautiful braids. She's got this beautiful velour dress going on with buttons and like a little collar. She has these piranha bags that I think are really cool. She has a Wednesday necklace that, from what I saw, comes from her mom. And then she does actually come with thing over here, and it is actually like an American Girl hand. And I think that that is so cool. I'm so excited to see if you can actually like clip the hand onto her and it just like stay there, or if they just like did that for promotional shoots, or if there's like actually a way to be able to attach him to her shoulder. And then we do have her shoes down here. Now, because I do like her, I will actually take her out of the box. I will, you know, do this nice and slow because I do not want to damage this doll. I do want to start like actually displaying my collector dolls, just because I feel like they're so pretty and so unique. I was thinking about how I would do it, and I feel like I should get like clear little cases and actually like display them with their full like frame and like certificate and like all of that fun stuff. But I will see what I end up doing. I am just taking my sweet time opening her up because I really do not want to damage this doll. So just going in with some scissors, I am like snipping at everything, and then let's see if she moves. Nope. Always try to grab them from the torso. Do not grab them by the head, hair, any of that. What are you attached to, Queen? Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to see like where she is attached and how she is attached. So her dress is actually attached to the bottom of this box. Oh my God, okay. This is so ridiculous. Oh my God, okay. Cool. There she is. So instead of wrapping the plastic around her, like over her clothes, they did it inside of her clothes. So you do have to basically unvelcro her for a second and then get her out of there. But that's really annoying because of the fact that obviously like you don't want to like break the box, but you kind of like, see, like now there's like a little crease there. But anyway, this is what she looks like out of the box. I'm just gonna have her stand here and watch as I do this. Actually, let's lay you down, girl, because I do not want you to fall. Now, I'm trying to decipher how to get, like, all of this stuff out. I'm just going to flatten this out and slide my scissors in and cut it that way, just so that way I'm not breaking anything. This is so cool. These bags of piranhas are probably the coolest things that American Girl has ever made. I can see this, like, one bag of these selling for, like, hundreds of dollars in the near future, just because I think they're so cool. Now, it does come with 2, which I love. And I did actually see, I'm pretty sure, the scene where she, like, drops this into, like, the swimming pool or something. I feel like that was, like, part of, like, a teaser before the show even released. And then let me get Thing out of here, because it's a pretty big deal to have this character. So here she is, Miss Wednesday Addams. I'm going to take her hairnet off by just pulling forward. Gonna zhuzh her bangs around a little bit just to make sure she is nice and pristine. You're definitely gonna want to use some water to like clean up her bangs. The bangs, for those of you guys wondering, they're really long if you don't have them in the like swept way that they're supposed to be, obviously, but I did want to showcase that to you guys because I know some people were asking about that, so that way you guys can have an idea of what that looks like. But yeah, just a little water and some patience and some styling, and you can definitely get this doll's bangs together. Now, here she is. Let's get a closer look at her. She is a Josefina mold with freckles. She's got light skin, plum lips, and she does have black braids. They are long. If you were to take out her braids, they definitely would be at like the top of her butt. She has the Wednesday like necklace there, and her dress is actually very, very, very high quality in my opinion. She does come with black nail polish on her hands and her feet, which is a first for American Girl. Very, very, very cute. I will say that it is very badly printed on there on the left hand. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like they're literally like so far off the nail. It seems like she started to paint her nails black like above her cuticle and not actually like at the base. Very funny. Her shoes are black, and this style of shoes, I hope American Girl makes more of them because they are really, really, really adorable, and they're just Velcro. She's got black leggings, and the material on this dress is so cute. Now, because it's annoying me already, I am going to basically snip the fabric from her braids just because I don't want that there. Cool. Take your time with this. Do not pull at this because you do not want to rip any of the fabric from her dress, but also you don't want to break her hair either. Perfect. So now her braids are free, and they are very, very, very long. See how nice they are? You can kind of just tell that when you take out her hair from these braids that she definitely doesn't have a lot of hair. But again, this isn't a doll that I would really recommend taking her braids out of, just because the doll hospital is not going to replace this doll if you take out her braids. So once they are out of there, they are out of there. So please keep that in mind. The necklace is cute. It is basically a clasp in the back right there. The W and the whole necklace is attached to her dress. So I'm not going to take that off right now. I cared more about her hair being disconnected from the dress than the necklace, just because I don't have any plans of changing her at all. But she definitely, in my opinion, is a really big slay, you guys. Her whole face is adorable. And honestly, I definitely want to display her with these piranhas. Here are the bags of piranhas, you guys. There are 2 bags of piranhas, and they basically are these huge plastic pieces of plastic with like, it's hollowed inside, and there's like little bubbles, and the piranhas are just in there, but then around it, it is wrapped with plastic, so it does actually feel like plastic bags. She can't hold them per se. See, like she can't actually like grab onto them and hold on to them, so they kind of are just gonna have to be displayed like right at her feet as opposed to her being able to hold them. Now here is Thing, you guys. Okay, and it literally is an American Girl hand with a bunch of stitches around it. I love this. I do wish that this doll overall was not a collector doll and just a playline doll, just because I feel like it's really unfair to have this doll as a collector doll. I know Wednesday is like a more adult show, just because I'm pretty sure that there's blood and there's like a lot of stuff going on with the themes that are definitely like not meant for children, but also I know that Mattel has dolls of the Wednesday like characters, so it is a little weird to me that they're doing, you know, a collaboration. But again, I've never watched the show, so I don't know necessarily like the details of how gory it is, but yeah, seeing this is really trippy. I do want to see if this actually does just sit on her shoulder. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, I mean, like, he can kind of just chill up there. You can kind of use the braid as a, you know, form of balance, but he kind of does just like linger up there. So if you do want to have her displayed with him, you do have to definitely like balance him a little bit on her shoulder, but he does actually stay up there, which I think is really, really, really cute that American Girl decided to expand the American Girl hand so that way they can actually like hold thing up there on her shoulder. Really adorable. But yeah, that is Miss Wednesday, you guys. To be honest, I'm very happy with her. I do again wish that this doll was not a collector doll and just a playline doll, just because I feel like a lot of children, if they do watch this show, are gonna want this doll. And these accessories are really, really cool, but I would have been fine with paying for these separately as an accessory pack and this doll be playline, so that way a lot of people can enjoy this doll, all of that. Have her still be a limited release maybe, kind of like back in the day when American Girl will only do something for a year, back when the Girl of the Year line was actually for a year. That would have been really cool. But overall, the quality of this doll is very, very, very nice. I, again, am just very overall happy with this doll, and I would say that anyone that's a fan of this show would definitely be happy with her. The black nail polish is really, really cool, and she does actually have it on her toes as well. But overall, the material of this girly is great, and I would definitely give Miss Wednesday Addams here a 10 out of 10, especially with everything that she comes. It's just perfect, and anyone that is a fan of the Wednesday show will definitely love this doll for sure. For sure. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Are you guys getting her? Are you not getting her? Do we like her? Do we not like her? Subscribe to my channel. Go follow me on my Instagram, which is @thedollstudio by Chris. Make sure you guys are also following me on my TikTok, which is Chris American Girl. Again, comment down below. Let me know if you guys are going to be getting her, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.